The Massachusetts State Police is the nation's oldest state police department. It has a rich tradition that we are proud of, which begins at the State Police Academy. This video will give you some insight into what it takes to become a part of that rich tradition.
Our expectations are very high. We expect each and every recruit to give 150% at all times.
I expect recruits to come into the training academy mentally and physically prepared. Early on, I tell my trainees that they need to be committed to their training. You need to remember, from the minute you walk onto the academy grounds until graduation day, you are in it from 5:30 in the morning to 21:30 in the evening. You're either moving around physically, you're in the classroom thinking mentally, doing your studies. No time to relax. We don't have a lot of time at the academy, so we take all the time that we have and we use it for training. So that's where the physically and mentally prepared comes in. You also need to prepare yourself and your family for the fact that you will be committed while you're in the academy for 6 months.
The expectations that I have of each and every recruit is to come to the academy with a positive attitude, to be both physically and mentally prepared. It'll be 25 weeks of rigorous training. A positive attitude will help the person through each and every day.
I knew it was going to be difficult. They tell you that in the beginning. It's going to be both mentally and physically challenging, and it is, to say the least.
I expected the State Police Academy to be interesting, physically tough, mentally challenging, and the DIs and staff did not disappoint.
The expectations that I had of the Massachusetts State Police Academy were that it was going to be a very challenging 6 months. The State Police Academy has a reputation for being a strict paramilitary environment.
I knew when I started the Massachusetts State Police Academy I was going to emerge a different person. I had far exceeded my expectations. I also came out with a new code to live by. The phrase adapt and overcome is basically become my attitude towards life, and I find that it's helped me through some difficult times.
My favorite part of training at the State Police Academy was definitely the hands-on scenario training. We started that early on in the academy, and it lasted the full 26 weeks.
The academy is 26 weeks long, and the only liberty you have is on the weekends, so being able to go home and change gears was a little difficult.
I have to say that at the time I didn't understand the length of the academy, and I understand now that it's what makes this program so effective.
There's a saying at the State Police Academy that day 1 or day 125 is exactly the same.
My favorite part of the training was probably the camaraderie and the connection that you make with your classmates. You can go home on the weekends and tell your family and friends what you've been going through, but no one really knows except the others that are going through that experience with you.
Monday mornings were definitely the hardest part of training. I found that not knowing what was to come of the new week was also something that made me very uncomfortable.
My favorite part of the training was actually being able to apply in the field during practical applications, EVOC, firearms, what have you. Apply what you learned in the classroom out there in the field. That's what really paid off for me. For any person wishing to become a state trooper, prepare yourself well in advance. Even if you're thinking about it, get in shape. If you're in shape, get in better shape. There's no such thing as being too in shape.
My bit of advice to an incoming recruit is make sure that you're highly prepared, both physically and mentally.
I would just say for anyone who's contemplating becoming a state trooper, just keep in mind what an awesome responsibility it is. People that have been prior police officers and have attended other academies, such as myself, just keep in mind that you're here 24 hours a day for 5 days.
Massachusetts State Police Academy is a marathon. It's not a sprint. There is no easy day.
It is a tough program, but it's worth all the effort that's put into it, because sometimes some of the training that you experience at the academy, you might ask yourself, why am I going through this? But when you get on the road or you're in a specialized unit, then you understand.
The drill instructors that they choose have been in the occupation for years. They know what they're doing. They are dedicated to teaching you, and they want to get you through this as much as you do.
My advice to a recruit coming into the State Police Academy: work hard, never quit. If you work hard and you have a never quit attitude in the State Police Academy, you will succeed. Work ethic is extremely important. You need to be committed to your training, and you need to be committed to the Massachusetts State Police.
My proudest moment during my time at the State Police Academy was actually twofold. First was during the orientation, when I was allowed the opportunity and selected to be a trainee at the State Police Academy. And the second would be raising my right hand and taking the oath of office from the governor. That was a very impressive moment for me, and I was very proud of that.
My proudest moment at the State Police Academy was the morning of graduation, waking up to bagpipes, pipes and drums coming down the hallway, and falling out of our racks and putting on our State Police uniforms for the first time. Still get chills thinking about it today.
My proudest moment at the Massachusetts State Police Academy was marching out of the Songus Arena in Lowell with the rest of my classmates after graduation. It was the highlight of my life.
So many memorable experiences as a drill instructor. During the 78th RTT, I had always been either an assistant drill instructor or a platoon leader. Enjoyed graduation, seeing the trainees come from day one till graduation day. But the 78th was probably the most memorable because I was leading the show, and those were my people.
It is seeing young men and young women develop a sense of teamwork and confidence in themselves.
The one memory that I will take with me for the rest of my life will definitely be that of graduation. It was something I had dreamed of my whole life, and once I was there, the only way I can describe it, it was like walking on air.
Keep this in mind. A lot of people have come before us. The Massachusetts State Police is built on pride and tradition. Each and every one of us is a proud member of the oldest and finest law enforcement agency in the United States.
Family comes first, we always tell the trainees. Now you have two families when you enter the State Police Academy. You have your State Police family and your biological family.
If you are interested in becoming a part of the rich tradition of the Massachusetts State Police, please visit our website at www.mass.gov/MSP or contact the recruitment unit at 508-820-2292.